the famous Lafa Gang, Chicago. Welcome to our video on the Lafa Gang, one of Chicago's most notorious criminal organizations. In this video, we'll dive into the history, activities, and affiliations of the Lafa Gang, and explore their place in the complex web of gang violence in Chicago. The Lafa Gang, an acronym for Love and Forever Always, is a rebellious organization that emerged from a faction of the 101st and Luella-based Gang 10 gang. The group's formation was prompted by the tragic death of a member named Anna, and their subsequent decision to sever ties with their former allies, EBK and 10 gang. Since then, the Lafa Gang has become an independent entity with a stronghold in the area spanning from Van Vlissingen to Torrance, between 99th and 103rd Streets. The heart of their turf is centered at 101st and Luella. Infamous for their criminal activities, the Lafa Gang is highly active and engages in various illicit pursuits. According to reports, 6 individuals, including 2 alleged members of the Chicago gang Lafa, have been charged in St. Louis County District Court for their involvement in heroin sales in Duluth. Duluth Police Lieutenant Jeff Kazel stated at a news conference that this group was responsible for a significant portion of the increased heroin use in the area over the past 3 years. The group has been linked to a faction of the Gangster disciples known as Lafa, which is described as a violent street gang based in the Jeffrey Manor neighborhood of Chicago. 2 additional alleged gang members are expected to be charged next week. According to Duluth Police Lieutenant Jeff Kazel, Lafa Gang members engage in similar criminal activities as other Chicago street gangs, such as trafficking firearms and narcotics. However, what sets Lafa apart is their extreme propensity for violence. The gang relies heavily on robbing and extorting other drug dealers for money and drugs. Kazel noted that the Lake Superior Drug and Violent Crime Task Force is always concerned that drug sales could escalate into violence, as Lafa is known for its violent behavior. He added that the gang's violent reputation in Chicago has authorities worried about it spreading to other areas, including Duluth. According to Kazel, the Lafa Gang likely came to Duluth for economic reasons, as the drug market in smaller cities can be more profitable due to less competition and higher demand. The gang was able to establish a foothold in the area and has been operating there for almost a decade. The recent arrests are a significant blow to their operations, but law enforcement remains vigilant in their efforts to combat gang activity and violent crime in the area. Unfortunately, the opioid addiction crisis has hit Duluth hard, and drug dealers see it as an opportunity to make a profit. They can charge much higher prices for drugs like heroin in Duluth compared to bigger cities like Chicago or Minneapolis, where the market may be more saturated. It's a disturbing trend, but one that law enforcement is working hard to combat. Starting in August, the Lake Superior Drug and Violent Crime Task Force initiated 7 undercover purchases of heroin and methamphetamine in Duluth, West Duluth, and Hermantown from Akeem Maurice Assad, who hails from Chicago and is identified as a member of Lafa by the gang unit of the Chicago Police Department. During the investigation, Akeem Maurice Assad, a documented Lafa member by the Chicago Police Department's gang unit, sold heroin and methamphetamine to undercover buyers in Duluth, West Duluth, and Hermantown. Assad, who is from Chicago, directed the buyers to his 2 associates, who are also Lafa members, when he was out of town to get a new supply of drugs. The 26-year-old associate is currently in custody in Kane County, Illinois, on other drug charges, while the 25-year-old associate is in custody with the Illinois Department of Corrections on a charge of being a felon in possession of a firearm. According to a criminal complaint, Assad sold drugs out of an apartment located in the 1500 block of East 2nd Street, which belonged to Joey Chul's White Crow. After observing Assad leaving the apartment, law enforcement officers arrested him on Tuesday. Assad led the officers on a police chase from West Duluth to Cloquet before entering a building, where he was arrested without any incident. According to the criminal complaint, Assad is facing 6 felony charges for first-degree controlled substance crime and 1 felony charge for fleeing a police officer. According to the complaint, White Crow is facing 1 count of felony third-degree sale of a controlled substance for selling heroin to the undercover buyer in September. According to the complaint, Gregory Jackson, aka No Limit Greg from the NLMB set, whose residence is unknown, was observed with Assad's associate during surveillance and was present inside a hotel room in Hermantown when a search warrant was executed in September. Although he is identified as a Lafa Gang associate, not a member, Kazal said. Jackson faces 2 counts of felony first-degree controlled substance crime and is being held in the St. Louis County Jail on a bail of $200,000. According to Kazal, the task force confiscated a total of 260 grams of heroin worth $52,000 on the street, 80 grams of methamphetamine, and 4 firearms from the 8 individuals. He added that during the investigation, neighbors had noticed suspicious activity but failed to report it to the police. Kazal urged residents to be vigilant and report any unusual or suspicious activity in their neighborhood to the authorities. The Lafa Indictment, 2020. Federal prosecutors have issued a 2020 indictment against 11 individuals, including a mother and 2 of her sons, who were previously charged with gun and drug offenses. The updated indictment now includes racketeering and murder charges, alleging that the defendants were part of the Lafa Street gang that violently protected its drug turf in the south side of Chicago and in Minnesota. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Illinois claims the gang engaged in the trafficking of various illicit substances such as marijuana, cocaine, heroin, methamphetamine, and MDMA in both Chicago and Duluth. The gang is also accused of stealing vehicles and using violent retaliation against rivals, former members, and witnesses. These new charges highlight the gang's alleged involvement in a wide range of criminal activities and their use of violence to maintain their position in the drug trade. Kim Assad, age 28, is facing charges of murdering Janine Hancock and Alex C. Johnson in Chicago on July 23, 2012, while Martez Easter, age 27, and Cottrell Mackey, age 26, are charged with killing Denaro Appleton on June 1, 2014, also in Chicago. Similarly, Marty Lane, aged 31, and Reginald Jones, aged 26, are accused of murdering Deont Ward on March 2, 2015, in South Deering, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office. The gang members are also facing charges of attempted murder. Carrie Hinton, age 27, Tony Parker, age 25, and Quentin Lucius, age 29, are among the accused members. In May 2019, 11 alleged members of the same gang were indicted on federal drug and gun charges. The group included 42-year-old Harriet McPherson and her sons, 26-year-old Rakim Assad, and 19-year-old Sincere Brannon. Prosecutors said at the time, these charges against the individuals highlight the gang's alleged involvement in a range of violent crimes and their continued use of firearms in carrying out their illegal activities. The new superseding indictment adds racketeering conspiracy charges against 10 of those defendants. Several new gun charges and multiple counts of witness intimidation have also been added in the new indictment. Prosecutors said, racketeering conspiracy charges typically carry sentences up to 20 years in prison, while some of the murder and attempted murder counts could carry life sentences, the U.S. Attorney's Office said. Lafa Gang member, Lafa Dada, has been rumored to have associations with Lil Durk and the Family ODF collective. However, there are also allegations that Lafa Dada and THF Kino was involved in the theft of Chicago-based and ODF artist Lil Zay's property. In addition, Lil Zay has accused both Lafa Dada and THF Kino of stealing his chain from his hotel room while he was sleeping. These incidents have added to the Lafa Gang's reputation as a group that engages in various forms of criminal activity. These are some sets that Lafa beefs with. 10 Gang, Gangster Disciples. 07 Gang, Black Disciples and Gangster Disciples. Evans Mob, Gangster Disciples. 051 Young Money, Mickey Cobras, Gangster Disciples and Black Disciples, and has minor tension with multiple other gangs, too many to list. These are some sets that Lafa are allied with. THF 46, Gangster Disciples and Black Disciples and Mickey Cobras. In LMB, Loon City, Black P Stones. Gang violence is a persistent issue in many urban areas, including Chicago. The Lafa Gang is just one of many gangs that have emerged in the city and are known for their involvement in criminal activities such as drug trafficking, robbery, and violence. However, it is important to recognize that the existence of gangs like Lafa also reflects larger social and economic issues, including poverty, racial inequality, and lack of opportunities. These factors can create conditions in which young people may turn to gangs as a means of survival or a way to find a sense of community and belonging. The alliances and rivalries between gangs also illustrate the complex nature of gang violence in Chicago. Many gangs in the city are divided along racial or ethnic lines, with conflicts between different groups fueling violence and contributing to a sense of territoriality. The history of segregation and inequality in Chicago has played a role in shaping these divisions, with certain neighborhoods and communities being more prone to gang activity than others. In order to address the issue of gang violence in Chicago and other cities, it is important to take a holistic approach that addresses not only law enforcement and criminal justice, but also the underlying social and economic factors that contribute to the problem. This may include investing in education and job training programs, improving access to healthcare and mental health services, and promoting community engagement and empowerment. By addressing the root causes of gang violence, it may be possible to create safer, more equitable communities for everyone.